only the bold.
How are we doing today?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. And, I have the opportunity every week here with Journey Out West to celebrate one of the institutions inside of the Big West Conference. So you will always be two things historically here on the show. First, you're the first student athlete to ever join us in our partnership with the Big West. And you are our first member of Long Beach State to ever be a part of the show. So I want to say times two, thank you for making history today.
Thank you. Thank you for choosing me to create that history with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, when I saw the Defensive Player of the Week, I saw what you were doing early on to open up the season. I went right for the opportunity to spotlight you, spotlight Long Beach. So, congratulations to the work that you're doing so early on to make such an impression because it came across my desk and I was like, all right, we got to go to student athletes. And you were the first person that I reached out to feature. So, I have to give the congrats back to you because you wouldn't be on the show if not for the work that you're doing. And congratulations for everything that's been going on so far.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, Aurora, for you, let's go back to the beginning. Let's do a little Tarantino thing on this. Why soccer? What made you fall in love with the sport?
Um, I honestly don't think there was really any other sport I was truly interested in.
Okay.
A fun fact I really like to tell people is I played water polo for 2 weeks, and then that just wasn't the sport for me. I started playing soccer when I was really young. I would say about 5 or 6 years old, and kind of fell in love with the sport right then and there.
Yeah, and you said around 5 or 6 years old you fell in love with it, but you tried out water polo. I have joked here on the show that when people say, "What sports have you covered?" I always joke and say, besides cricket and water polo, we've pretty much done it all. But now with the Big West, I will have water polo, so now I won't be able to say that anymore. So bring me into your experience of water polo.
It was very short-lived. It was a good 2 weeks of playing. I
Okay.
think I just really wanted something that didn't involve a lot of running to get my legs a little break. And then
Okay.
I think by week two, water polo is an insane sport. Shout out to anyone who plays water polo. It is a very aggressive, very physical sport underneath the water. And I just wasn't able to handle that. So I stuck to soccer.
So for you, like you said, it's aggressive, it's a lot to how would you describe it? Like if no one had ever seen it, played it, know anything about it. I know you talked about it being aggressive, but what other words would you use to describe water polo to someone who had never heard anything about it?
Hmm. I would probably say one word to describe it would be, that's a really good question. I'd say unknown,
Okay.
just because under the water, it's really hard to see what happens. And I had friends from different sports around here come out with scratches and all these other things, bruises. And I go, oh, I didn't see that happen. They're like, yeah, well, the refs didn't either. So
Fair enough. Now, in the world of soccer though, there are there's two things that go on. There's the actual how I want to say this. I guess I can't get fined by the ref, right? So I would say there's two things in soccer. There is the contact that's not called that is clear, and then there's the faking of injury. We don't really see. You might disagree with me on this, but I feel like on the women's side of soccer, we don't see a lot of the person going down with nobody around them grabbing their leg like their leg's about to fall off. I feel like that's on the men's side more, but I'd love to get your thoughts on how much contact there is in soccer because you talk about water polo and things not being seen. How much contact that's not called, and then do you have you experienced the person that falls down because Casper the Ghost somehow injured them?
Um, I would say there's still a lot of contact within soccer.
Yeah.
And fighting for a ball while running and trying to get in front of the ball against your opponent, there's obviously going to be a lot of contact within that. Based off the ref, it's based off of the play, like if the person who wins the ball is getting fouled, if they keep the ball or they lose the ball. There's a bunch of small nitty-gritty rules that are involved whether the ref calls the foul or not. And then for the second question, Casper the Ghost, there has been a couple times. You
Okay.
kind of just have to go with the flow with it, and the ref's not going to change his mind, so you just gotta do the best you can with whatever you're given.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and listen, it's a sport where you're doing the best you can. The officials are doing the best they can. It's a tough sport, right? There's no human being that's perfect, but you're in the goal. You decided to be there. There is a lot of focus on you, emphasis on you. You are the last line of defense, and you are guarding something far bigger, wider, and taller than you are. So, why did you choose to be a goalkeeper knowing that any position you could have been on the soccer field, this one, more than any other position, in my opinion, has the most focus and the most spotlight?
I would say the reason why I ultimately picked being a goalkeeper was when I was really younger, no one else wanted to. So I was the first one to raise my hand and volunteer when I think I started playing goalkeeper when I was about 7 or 8. So a couple years into playing soccer. And then I just really fell in love with all the emotion or the focus that I had to have, and oh, I can use my hands like and no one else can. It made me feel like kind of special in a way.
Yeah.
And over time, I really learned to love how, yeah, it is a wider and taller goal, but being able to cover all of that, it seemed like a superpower when I was younger. So kind of going off of that, I felt like this was the position for me.
I love that you said what you said. Well, a bunch of things that you said within this, but I coached U12 years back, and I had these kids. I had 8 to 11 year olds, and nobody wanted to play goal. So I had to find my goalkeeper. And you made mention of the fact that you had the same experience, like nobody wanted to be there. So you thought, hey, like I'll test it out, I'll try it out. Would you go back to your younger self and say, thank you for having the confidence or the interest in doing it because look at me now?
Absolutely.
So you decide to be a goalkeeper when you're young, you decide to give it a shot. When did you come to the realization of, hey, this can be a real thing for me? This could be college tuition taken care of. This could be, Division 1. When did that all come to fruition for you? That you really believe that this was a real path for you?
I would say probably seventh grade,
Okay.
around middle school. When I started playing club and my team at the time, we went to regionals and won regionals. We went to nationals and won nationals. That was a big pivot for me where I realize it's my hard work as well as my team's work is gonna pay off later. And starting then, I got into the whole college recruiting process. I went to showcases, emailed coaches, and then started that. And ultimately, yeah, I knew once seventh grade national championship hit, I just knew I was gonna make a career out of it.
And for you, like you said, seventh grade national championship. That, I mean, national championship at any level is a beautiful thing, but that had to be quite the experience as a seventh grader. Bring me into that.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I just remember having to leave school a week late and I go, hey, I'm gonna go compete in a national championship. And being able to win that and come home with a medal and a trophy was over the moon exciting.
So you win a national title as a seventh grader. Has that made I mean, I'm sure you're very competitive, but has that made you some kind of way? Like, would your teammates describe you when you're coming into practice at Long Beach State that you're like, hey, I won a championship nationally as a seventh grader. Like, we're winning the Big West. We're going on, we're doing our thing. I mean, like, has that heightened you? I mean, everybody wants to win, but you already experiencing that, does that make you even more attention to detail, more locked in, more like, hey, guys, every single season, no excuses. We got to win something.
Yeah. I wouldn't say a championship like that so many years ago is really made me like the kind of person I am. I think the ups and downs of every single season I've had, no matter when it was, kind of makes me the person I am, just because you are dealing with a new team every year, especially in college. You have seniors that leave, you have freshmen that come in, and yes, you have the standard for it, but at the same time, you can I'm not gonna put myself on this pedestal saying, "Hey, in seventh grade, I won this championship." Like I'm gonna expect a lot from you. It's, "Hey, you know, welcome to the team. We're all one big family. We have one big goal. Here's the standard we're gonna set."
And how would you describe that standard at Long Beach State? If you're playing for the beach, what is that standard?
I would say it's pretty similar to the Big West. I saw in an interview the other day, you said like be the bold for the Big West. So just being bold, obviously getting the result, but at the same time, we have family, we have three big values at Long Beach State, and it's family, courage, and character.
Yeah.
So just making sure we're all there for each other, the courage to compete, the courage to, own up to some losses that we may or may not have, and the character off on and off the field.
And you speak on family, courage, and character. How do you embody that, like you said, on and off the field? How do you show it wherever you are?
I'd say for family, I like my personal life. I am a very big family person, and off the field, I want to translate that into my teammates as well. I value a lot in the relationships I have with my teammates, and I try to make sure I have a good relationship with all 29 girls on the team. For courage, obviously being a goalkeeper, like you said, is a hard position to be. So just the courage to go into tackles, the courage to be accepting of, hey, if I make a mistake, it's gonna be a goal, and sometimes you just have to live with that, even though it's hard. And then character, I would say just try to be honest, stay true to who I am, no matter what. And yeah, those are the big ones.
Yeah, you talk about staying true to who you are no matter what. Do you find that difficult in today's world with social media, with being inundated with information all the time and a lot of things in society kind of pulling at us? Is it hard to stay true to you, or do you feel like that's something that you're like, no, I mean, this is just me. I'm not going to ever waver from that.
Yeah, I wouldn't find it too hard just because, like you said, this is me. And especially with whole NIL and putting your face in front of social media for everyone to see, not everyone's gonna like you, and that's how the real world is too. So
Yeah.
I thought the sooner I learn that, the better I'm gonna feel. So
And how do you react to something like that? Like you said, not everybody's going to like you. You're not everyone's cup of tea. I think people connect their value to if people like them, right? So if somebody doesn't like me, I have no value. And that's not the truth. So, how do you show that in your life to yourself, to your teammates, to people around you that if you're not liked, that doesn't diminish your value?
at the end of the day, I think if someone didn't like me, I know plenty of people that do. I have 29 girls in this locker room that love me to death, and I have a family that loves me even more. I have a coaching staff that always has my back. I have so many people on my side that I don't think nothing would really affect me, to be quite honest.
Oh, I love the positivity. I respect it. Aurora Schuck here with us in this edition of Journey Out West in our multimedia marketing partnership with the entire Big West Conference. Today, celebrating Long Beach State, their women's soccer program, and Aurora Schuck, who early on this season was voted by the Big West to be the defensive player of the week. Aurora, you talk about family a lot. I'm Italian and Spanish. I love my background. What's the background for you?
I would say there's really nothing special about me. I am French, I am Irish, or Scottish, I mean.
Okay.
And those are the big ones I know, just mainly English.
Okay. So, do you go into that, heritage food wise? Is there anything special? Is there something that your parents prepare that's like unique? Is there something that sticks out when you're all around the table?
I'd say traditionally, no. I think with my family, we do create traditions like
Okay.
having a certain meal on Christmas, like ham on or ham on Easter. But I would say that's tradition made with my immediate family, nothing that has been passed down.
Okay, fair enough. So your family may be watching right now. And so if you could say anything to your people that are always in your corner, what do you want to say to them?
I would want to say, hey, good morning. And I would also just want to say, I words can't express how thankful I am for everything that they do. They have had to hop on flights to go watch my games. They've had to sit on the couch and watch ESPN while I'm hundreds of miles away. My family and my parents, my aunt, they are my number one fans. And every time I at home games, I look into the crowd and I see them all wearing Schuck shirts. It makes me feel like, yeah, this is my reason. This is why I play for them.
You mentioned your parents, but you also mentioned your aunt. What's your aunt's name?
Her name is Georgette, and then I also have another one named Kira.
Georgette and Kira. So having the aunts out there with the Shuck shirts on, who's the loudest? Is it one of those two aunts? Is it mom? Is it dad? Who in the Shuck family or the Shuck cheer section is the one that you would think you'd probably hear first?
Hmm. I would say definitely my mom.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, everyone else is like a silent excitement, they kind of keep to themselves and maybe like throw a fist bump close to their chest.
Okay.
Excitement.
But mom is the loud one.
Yes.
Okay, what's mom's first name?
Her name is Christina.
So to Christina here, I want you to tell me this. If mom is the loud factor, okay, let's go with this for a moment. We're gonna do a little sound test here with mom. So would mom be a better singer, stand-up comedian, or professional rapper? If it's about her voice and her sound, I want you to rank them. So one is the best, two almost, three is the one I'm like, Mom, please don't do that. So to Christina, singer, rapper, stand up comedian. What's mom doing?
Won't put rapping at the bottom.
Okay.
She cannot rap for her life.
Okay.
Um, I would say stand-up comedian in the middle. She can crack a couple jokes. She's
Okay.
really funny. She has no problem making me laugh, no matter what time, how I'm feeling. And then she can sing. She is a car karaoke queen. That woman
Okay.
can sing.
Okay. All right. So shout out and respect to mom and much love. What's dad's name?
Rob.
So what can if mom is the one that's, carpool karaoke all day, what's the best thing about dad? What does he bring to the table?
Um, One thing that sticks out about my dad is how how honest he is, how caring he is. He always wants the best for me. And I think I've looked up to a lot to him, especially when I'm in college, as I'm like transitioning into my adult life. I ask him a lot of questions and I really respect him a lot, and especially like seeing him out of my games, and he's like standing behind the goal while I warm up and I just hear like, "Hey, good luck. Like I love you." It really like warms my heart.
So, I mean, you talked about as you transition into adult life, you're living with mom and dad as a kid, then you're on your own, but in the middle, college is that bridge where you're independent but not completely on your own. How important would you say is the college experience to preparing you for life?
I'd say it's pretty important. I have been able to experience living both close and far away from my family. So being able to rely on yourself, even though like for example, I'm from Long Beach and my family lives 10 minutes away, but I'm still able to live by myself and uh, be responsible in that way. But it's been a hard experience just learning that.
And your previous school was Washington State. So, like you said, I mean, you're from Long Beach. So, where you are right now, your family's close, right? Less than 20 minutes away. But when you were at Washington State, what was that experience like for you? And then, secondly, what ultimately made you go into the portal and come home?
I'd say living away from my family was hard at first. I knew it was going to happen, so mentally preparing, I think, made it a little better. But I would get occasional visits from my mom up there, and the moment she left, I would be an emotional wreck because I was just, wow, my mom's leaving, and I won't see her until Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
And um, the ultimate reason why I left Washington just was not because it was cold. I think that was a big not a big factor, but it was one of the reasons, especially being from Long Beach. But I just ultimately realized that it wasn't the place for me.
So, for you, what was the homecoming like when you said, "Hey, Long Beach, I'm going to put on this jersey now"?
I was really excited. I remember my visit with the head coach and talking about how, oh yeah, I'm gonna play in front of all my family, and like he knows I'm a very big family person, and I have a ton of friends from high school and um, that are around here as well. And so the one thing that got me to play in Long Beach was playing in front of the people that I care about.
Well, and having you here at the beach at the time of this 2026 season, your team 3 victories, no losses, 1 tie. Here's the crazy thing. Growing up on the East Coast, I know Colgate because they're not far away from Syracuse, and Colgate came out to visit you. That was your first win of the season. The season started off with a tie with St. Mary's, and then a victory over Colgate, a victory over Fresno State, and a victory over New Mexico State. Bring me into this season thus far. And like you said, you got 29 girls on this team that love you. You love them back. What can you say about the campaign in 2026 and the strong start for this squad to have 3 victories, 1 draw, no losses to start 2026?
Yeah, I'd say it's a big confidence boost for the team, you know. Um, I think preseason is all about kind of gathering everyone and kind of fixing out or kind of smoothing out the edges that may be when, you know, you have freshmen playing with the seniors who really haven't had too much time to play with them and get comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And I think all in all, we've done a really great job. And both offensively and defensively, this team looks amazing. And I'm very confident about this season.
And what do you like about the Big West? That competition will be coming up soon enough. So, what can you say about the competitiveness of the conference and just maybe what you like about the Big West?
The competition in the Big West, I think, is insane. I definitely have, sorry, excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Again.
The Big West, I think what stands out is, you know, we aren't the big schools like UCLA, we aren't Stanford, but we can put up a fight. And,
Yeah.
you know, you can see that with other teams playing teams like Stanford and them getting a 1-0 result or um I'm trying to think of other games, but everyone I feel like is on the same playing level. We're all wanting to a spot in the NCAA tournament. We all want the opportunity to show ourselves on the big stage, and I think
Yeah.
this year is going to be a really interesting fight for that NCAA spot.
I love it. And by the way, you are playing on my birthday. So Long Beach State will be on the road at UC San Diego on October 21st on Wednesday. So I circled that one already. I know you got a lot of ways to go, but that's my birthday match. So we'll see what that looks like. Let's play some rapid fire, Aurora. We can talk about any topic, any subject. We have to answer the question. We are live up and down the East Coast. the Midwest, the West Coast, and all around the globe here with the Big West Conference and spotlighting Long Beach State today, spotlighting women's soccer, and spotlighting the story of Aurora Schuck here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. So, any topic, any question, enjoy it because student athletes never get to ask the questions. You will get the first, I'll get the second. We'll go back and forth. What do you got?
All right. One thing I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite thing about the Big West, the conference?
Man, I got to blame Dan Butterly for making me like it in the beginning. I mean, I just him and I align in a lot of ways. We just work together. When I'm talking with him, I feel like it's like two kids in the sandbox coming up with these like big ideas that they're going to do and like building castles, so to speak, with the sand. So I think, definitely the leadership of the Big West sticks out to me. And I mean, I said to God a long time ago, I said, I want to make this world small in a good way. I said, I want people in Idaho to know my name, not for my ego at all, but because I want to spread God. I want to spread positivity. I want to show people that you can chase your dreams and you can catch them and go beyond them and you can make a positive difference. And he literally took the West Coast, pulled it to my doorstep and put it right in front of me and was like, you wanted this far. I went farther. Now let's do this thing. I mean, signing a partnership with the entire Big West with a company that I've built that's got my name on it that's a little over 14 years old, we're doing something that's not been done this way nationally by anybody. And so to me, this is a great experience. It's a beautiful thing. So, what I like about the Big West, I like the competition. I like the logos. I like the excitement. And I like the fact that God one upped me and now we get to go have some fun with it. So, my question back to you, Aurora, if you took over my show and on Monday morning it was Wake Up Call with Aurora Schuck, who would be your three guests? Could be sports, entertainment, family, anybody. Who would be the three people on the show and why?
I'd say my first guess would definitely have to be Amaya. She's one of my teammates. She's another goalkeeper. She is one of the most lively people I have ever met. Early morning practices, she's always there with the biggest energy in the locker room. I feel like especially for a morning podcast, as they sip their coffee, they need the energy to be reciprocated as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would say for sure Maya. I think a second person would be my sister. I love my sister dearly. She's my younger sister. And um, I'm able to talk to her really easily and, you know, like we can always make each other laugh and ultimately she's my rock at the end of the day. So I always like that family support there as well. And then my third, I would say my third, it would have to be another teammate. I would say the other goalkeeper, Cassidy. We are one big trio on the team. Goalkeepers have to stay together, goalkeeper union, and
Yeah.
like Amaya, she also brings the energy, and we are during practice we're the most energetic people on the field. So,
I like it. What's your little sister's name?
her name is Dublin.
Dublin. So shout out to Dublin. All right. What's your next question for me, Aurora?
My next question is, did you play any sports growing up?
I did. So I played basketball and organized from 7 years old. It's crazy. There's a trophy over my shoulder. I won the only championship I ever won. The trophy is this tiny trophy. Like it's the same height as all of the like thanks for being here trophies. I'm like, you guys couldn't get us something massive, but no. So I mean, I did win a championship. I think I was 14. I was MVP for the first time ever, MVP of the playoffs, and that was really cool. I got recruited D3. I can shoot, Aurora. I could still shoot, and but I'm 5'8". So I wanted to play D1, got recruited D3, and to this day, I have a rule. I say if you give me 5 half-court shots, I believe that I can hit one of them. I have had about 6 or 7 examples now of people witnessing me making my first, my second. One time I made my fifth, but most of the time it's one of those first couple that was dropping through. So I still got my shot, but basketball was my sport.
Nice.
my question back to you. All right, let's go food. So I've been out to California, went to San Diego, had cactus for the first time, had some good fajitas, some good food out there. I want you to tell me if I come out to Long Beach, where am I going and what do I have to get?
So you mentioned tacos. My favorite all-time taco spot right now is called El Saus. It's a restaurant and a taco window. It's located probably about 10 minutes away from Long Beach State, and hands down the best tacos I've ever had. And they come with grilled onions and oh my gosh, I could talk about El Saus for days. They're so good.
Al Sal's. All right, I got to write that down and remember that. Okay, that's good stuff. Your last question for me is what?
Hmm. What has been the best part for you while covering college sports?
This. My world is small. If I didn't
Just
do,
student athletes?
yeah, so I would say, I mean, really, it's telling your stories. If I didn't turn the mic on and have faith in God and faith in myself and trust in the process, my world would not. I mean, I wouldn't know most of the people I know. Some of my closest friends have come from chasing my dreams and turning on the mic. And so my favorite part of my job, and I said it earlier in the show today, is people think broadcasters just love to talk and love to hear themselves. And I don't have a notebook in my studio, Aurora. All the questions that I've asked you, I've been listening to what you're saying. So I love to learn about people, hear your stories, and build relationships. Like now that you've been on the show, now I'm rooting for you. Now, I'm connected with you on social media, shoot you the video and say, hey, feel free to send it out to your family. Hope you're doing well. I mean, whatever you do in your future, God bless on it. I mean, to me, without doing this, I don't I don't meet 99.9% of the people that I've met in my life. So I would say chasing my dreams has made my world really small. And I just love meeting people and I love showing people that they matter, they're seen, they have value. So if for nothing else, when I get to do stuff like this, picture in picture or in person, I always hope that I leave somebody better than I found them and that you know that you matter and you always have a place to tell your story.
That's super cool that you're able to like create those friendships through what you do.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's
I feel like you would never think that because some people think it's only transactional, but making true connections like that is really special.
Well, you'll get to experience it now because now you put me in the shuck section. I'm over here cheering on the goalkeeper. So
I'll get
now,
you a little Shuck shirt too.
please, if you get me a shuck, I promise you this. If that's a true statement and you get me a shuck shirt, I will wear it during one of my broadcasts and I will let you know when it's going up.
Let me know your size. I'll send it to
All
you.
right, I'm a medium. I am a medium. So
Alrighty.
let's make it happen. Aurora, my last question for you. What an honor. My last question for you. Hmm. Okay. If you could spend a day walking and talking with someone that you've never met before, living or dead, that you'd really love to spend 24 hours with, who would it be and why?
Hmm. I would say probably my grandma. My grandma Pam. Unfortunately, she did pass away a couple years ago. I remember with growing up, always staying at her house and waking up in the morning and making like mini pancakes. I just have special memories with her, and I do miss her a lot, and I think about her a lot. And yeah, I would just love to have a conversation with her and catch her up with what I've been doing and what I plan on doing.
Well, I'll tell you that Grandma Pam is not far away, always by your side. And as I got to honor my Papa Cavino this week for his birthday and think about him and my grandma, they if you believe in this stuff, but I mean it happened. I was like meditating, praying one morning, and they both came to me. I saw them dancing together, and they both talked with me, smiled with me, said something to me that was really important. So I can tell you that Grandma Pam, in my belief, is up in heaven. She's watching over you. You probably smell those pancakes, and I'm sure that she is cheering you on. So thank you for sharing about Grandma Pam. And I would definitely tell you that grandparents are incredible, irreplaceable, and she's not far away.
I love my grandparents on both sides of my family. They are the best.
So, with that being said, Aurora Schuck, at some time soon, I'll be wearing a Schuck shirt. So, that's what I'm being told here. Long Beach State, celebrate them, the Big West Conference, Journey Out West. We do it every week on Fridays at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:15 a.m. Pacific Time. We got to celebrate our first ever student athlete in our Journey Out West series in our partnership with the Big West, making history today, and first time we ever got to speak with Long Beach State. So, Aurora, thank you for making history. Thank you for sharing your story. And thank you for caring about relationships and not transactions. I definitely will be watching this season, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I will see you on October 21st for your birthday game.
How about that? How about that? I appreciate that. Listen, I'm gonna be a world traveler on my birthday this year. So thank you for your time. I'll talk with you soon.
All right. Thank you so much.